Okay, so this is what I love about Retro-Bit. These guys, when they put out these releases that we never got, and this is one that is kind of rare in the sense that it didn't come out on cartridge even in Japan way back in the day. I'm not good with Japanese, but this, I mean, we have an English name for this, but the Japanese name, I'll put it on the screen, I'll try to say it. But Kaizu Chujin Skibibinman Zero. The English name, we're calling it Shockman Zero. We've got the first official English release on physical cartridge. Pre-orders are going live today as of this video going live. I'll put information in a pinned comment and the description if you want to pre-order it. Typically, like, you know, Rondo Games will have it up, or Rondo Products. They'll have it up on pre-order, limited run games, that kind of stuff. I'll have links down below. Pre-orders will be available. It's an open pre-order for about a month or so. I believe it ends July 28th, but this is an interesting one. A very interesting one. We'll talk about what you get and, you know, the background of the game in a moment here. But this one, it wasn't officially released as a cartridge way back when it came out during the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo days. This came out as a Satellaview game, so it was like a download game. It came out, what year was it? 97, I believe it was? March 20th, 1997. So it was a download game, and so there's really no collector market necessarily for this game. Like, there's no like cartridges that came out back then, but like if you had this game downloaded on like your Satellaview setup, you know, on your cart, on your BSX cartridge, like people were paying a premium for that setup with this game on it. Apparently, that's what I've read, but the game did get a release like in 2017, I think, from Columbus Circle, just in Japan. It was just the Japanese version of it. Columbus Circle, I've bought stuff from them. Their quality, I don't know, man, very hit and miss. I've had some wonky stuff from them, but Retro-Bit, I think the quality, these guys, the beveled, you know, boards, the plastics they use, the overall package is freaking top notch. So you know you're going to be getting some quality stuff here with this. But this game, it's a game you've probably never heard of or played. Maybe you've heard of it or seen the series of games, because it did come out for PC Engine back in the day. And I think I've seen like the cover art. That's where it was kind of familiar to me, but I've never heard of this game on the Super Nintendo before. So this is like really awesome in my opinion that it's, you know, finally coming out. So what we're going to be getting here is a numbered deluxe magnetic hardcover cartridge packaging, which I think is freaking sweet. They've been doing that, like, I don't know, the packaging that Retro-Bit's been doing is awesome. And there is going to be an NTSC, like, you know, North American version of the cartridge, and then a PAL version, you know, so depending on if you pre-order this in North America from a North American retailer, or if you're in a European country and you know, pre-order from, you know, a European retailer, you'll get the PAL version cartridge, right? Which there's differences, obviously. I myself prefer the North American shaped cartridge, but, you know, those in European countries, you know, if you have a European Super Nintendo, you want that PAL cartridge, right? But okay, you get that awesome hard-covered package, you know, same shape, size pretty much of a original Super Nintendo box, so it sits nicely on your shelf with the rest of your games, and it's going to have that numbering. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look through the images. I'll have images and everything of the, you know, rendered pictures. Like, they don't have a, you know, the actual physical objects yet, because they don't produce these things till later on after the pre-orders are done. But they have the Shock Orange cartridge. Like, these cartridges, I don't know what kind of material they use for the shell, but I have to, like, when I get my hands on these things, I have to compare. Like, I have to weigh these things, because they always, like, weigh a little heavier than old school Super Nintendo carts, because the plastic, like, it's not like where it's going to crack or anything. Like, it's not like, how do you say it properly? Like, it's not like glass. Like, oh my God, I drop it and it's just going to shatter. but there's like a hardness to it. And I don't know, it's different. It just feels really like high quality. I don't know what they're doing here. Like, I don't think it's acrylic, but it's not acrylic, but it's I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's a nice plastic. It feels a little heavier. I'll have to weigh it compared to, you know, other cartridges, I guess. But they always have like the board too will have like the name of the game, like in Japanese, usually if it's a Japanese game, and you could see it like through the back of the shell. It's pretty awesome. Then you get that full color instruction manual. So all that stuff. But this game, I played the Japanese release version of it for a bit. Not the most difficult game in the world, but it can become it does get a little challenging, like a little later in the game. I started noticing like the bosses were pretty damn easy. In the first few stages were pretty easy. But if you start coasting through it, like there's no continues. You just have credits. Like one life, you gotta, you know, if you die, you use your credit to continue essentially. Once your credits are gone, that's it. Start over. So you can't get comfortable. It's one of those games where you got to kind of master it because it's just one single playthrough. Once your credits are gone, that's it. But once you jump into it, you'll notice it has a very similar look to like Mega Man. Like that's what I got out of it. Like it looks like Mega Man. It has the feel of Mega Man. The gameplay is very smooth, but it's not Mega Man. Like it does have that look, you know. I don't know what's going on. Like obviously when this comes out, Shockman Zero from Retro-Bit, it's going to be in English. So then I'll understand what the hell's going on in the story. But I know there's like a mad scientist from the press release from, you know, Retro-Bit that there's like this engine that's been stolen by the BB Dan group and they invaded the city with their cyber henchmen, all this kind of thing. There's mad scientists. I don't know. It looks like Mega Man, and there's these similarities, but it doesn't play like Mega Man. It feels like it a little bit, but it's a beat 'em up essentially. Like you're whooping these guys' asses. Like you're not shooting like a buster gun or anything. Like you're not getting these special power-up suits or anything like that. You're just beating the crap out of these guys. And like I said, it does get a little more challenging. I thought it was kind of cool. Some of the later levels, there'll be like environmental hazards and stuff. Like there'll be traps like you'll hit and like maybe arrows will shoot at you or like darts, things like that. Different things, right? And they can hit the enemies too, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, the game, it was a lot of fun playing the Japanese version the short while that I played it. But you know, I'm looking forward to it. This kind of stuff I really like Retro-Bit doing, bringing out these games that we never had access to. And with this being a Satellaview game, like hell yeah, dude. Like this is really awesome. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.